imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Well, I lost my mom back last September, like 4 days before my birthday, and it was a really hard time, but I just know that I'm going to go to heaven someday and get to see her again, so that's my courage to keep pushing.
I was 8 when my father passed away, and I was 26 when my 36-year-old brother passed away. So therefore, I'm really looking forward to seeing them.
My mom passed of ovarian cancer in 2006, and I know she went to heaven. She believed in Jesus Christ, and I always picture heaven as her being happy, no pain, no suffering, and I just can't wait to be there myself to not only see her next to Jesus, but know that there's not going to be any more pain and suffering.
I just have been diagnosed with several autoimmune deficiencies and diseases that just my body's tearing itself down and wearing itself out, and sometimes you just want to give up hope. You don't want to get out of bed.
I'm excited to see God, some of the people in the Bible, some of my baby brothers or sisters that my mom lost. Lots of people.
I would like to see a close friend of ours that died around a year ago. He had a disability called Becker disease. He would be able to walk and he wouldn't have any seizures and pretty much stay the same.
I lost my mother when I was 24 years old, so I was very young, I felt the time that I spent with her was not enough or was not long enough. And when I think of heaven, I think I get to see her there.
She wasn't really my grandmother, but she was a grandmother to me. And she passed away a couple years ago, and she was a very strong Christian, and she decided that she wanted to teach us, so she brought us to youth group a bunch of times, and she just really interacted with me in that way. Once I got to heaven, I would just come up to her and hug her and tell her how much I missed her, and just talk about Christ in heaven and share our relationship.
Hello, my name is Alexander, and I am looking forward to heaven because I will be able to walk. I want to talk to all the relatives that I never even knew, and I just want to enjoy what heaven has to offer for me.
I've always had a bit of an issue with the idea of forever, and I've come to the conclusion in the last several years that forever doesn't really matter as long as it's forever with God and not forever from God.
I think it will be marvelous to finally see what God and Jesus look like. And that is an expectation that I'm greatly looking forward to.
My life has already been won. My life is victorious because someday I will be with my Father, with my Daddy, with my God. No more sorrow, no more pain, no more depression, no more hurt.
Heaven excites me. I couldn't be more excited about that part of our Christianity and our Christian faith. I'm stoked. I got 15,000 days, give or take, and I'm there. All because Jesus loved me. because he loved me and I loved him back. And I get heaven for that.
When I see Jesus for the first time in heaven, I think the first thing I do is just thank him for who he is.
Wow, can you imagine just having Jesus come up to you and hug you? And I just imagine being so full of joy for what so full of sadness, but so full of gratefulness and thankfulness for what he's done, so full of love for him. I guess that's what I imagine, and hopefully when he embraces me, you know, that's the same thing that he feels about me.
If Christ walked up to me in heaven, I'd hope that he has his arms open, says, "Nice to see you made it here, Brian. You made it."
Well, I think that when I get up in heaven and I meet Jesus, that he'll say lots of things that are loving and caring and kind. It'll show us more love than we've ever seen, even on earth. I would probably tell him that I loved him and that I was entirely happy of spending the rest of eternity with him.
Only imagine when that day comes and I find myself standing in the sun. I can only imagine when all I will do is forever worship you. I can only imagine. Only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in all of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in all of you be still? Or will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yes, I can only imagine. I can only imagine when all I will do is forever worship you. I can only imagine.